This is my son, Dominique. Here he was at 15 playing guitar at high school, Valley High. And here is today at 27. And so much has happened after he got to be 19. His life changed, our lives changed. And I'm doing this project because Dominique has been for the last 6 years in a locked facility.
So you didn't learn anything here? Okay. Did you meet people that were that brought something to your life? Did you meet any people that you enjoyed in these places you stayed?
They give only the phone for 5 minutes if he signs up. There's no visiting. Visiting is once a month for 30 minutes. Dominique had COVID and he was locked for 2 months inside his room in this facility. And it got to a point where I said, enough is enough. I tried, and I tried to talk to people in the system, to people who run the facilities. I tried my best to improve the conditions of these places for not only Dominique, but for all the people who suffer from mental illness who live there.
I want to be in school and make shows, I guess, make movies.
And what I envision is Whole Mind Symphony is a nonprofit that will start a different type of housing. It will start a housing like a home.
Our goal as parents was to identify what our sons needed to flourish in a residential setting and try our best to provide that. The selection of the physical environment here, the grouping of the same age range, LEAP-trained staffing, professional peer support, dietary needs, and music at the center was designed to promote healing, and we believe it will.
Maybe the consideration that if we have the unity to be at peace instead of so separate in different compartments.
That's great. Would you like to be more close to us? Like see us more often? Mm-hmm.
The system is totally broken, everybody knows it, and nobody does anything about it. I don't know how we're gonna change this. So we mothers decided to unite and change ourselves. The way we're gonna do it is getting people like you who can empathize with the situation to help us make this a different scenario for people with mental illness in America.
Later on in my life, after becoming an adult and started and being diagnosed with a mental illness, I realized that the treatment that I should receive to get better should not rely on medication alone, because medication alone was being given as a substitute for a magic bullet, really.
It felt like the only thing that I was related to by was my illness. I lost all my life roles. Like the majority of us, we have, that circle is divided up into whether it's, mom, whether it's friend. I was back at home. I was no longer a student. I was no longer a friend. People had gone on with their lives, and I was left behind. So I had no job.
My experience was not that I was unhappy with what was happening with me, but it was that I could not integrate it to the culture or to the society.
Slowly though, with the help of psychosocial rehab services, which are kind of like somebody forms a relationship with you or even a team of people and help you to slowly get back out into the real world. Simple as having more activities in my week.
After my sixth hospitalization, my last hospitalization, I thought, well, what I really want to be able to not come back to a hospital is to always have access to a kitchen, because then I can create this relationship to the food that I need.
Generally, when we have activities to look forward to during our week, we start to feel better. Basketball, volunteering.
The gentlemen will have activities that they may choose to engage in throughout the day. A schedule will be posted and will change according to the input received from the residents. Their interests are paramount, and having order to one's day is grounding. We hope to engage them in productive pursuits like hiking, walking, participating in yoga, and we hope to explore entrepreneurial pursuits as well.
Along with that, I was also doing gardening. I learned to there were some community gardens in the neighborhood, and that was the other side of the balance for me, to connect with the earth, the actual source, the real source for the food. To see where it was coming from, and to put the seed in, and to nourish the seed, and to experience the whole process of becoming, so that I could also become and move away from the stagnation and the difficulty in relating.
We are born with the right to have a life.
A victory march, it's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah.
I used to be a musician ever since I was born, really. Just everything that sounded like music I wanted to do something with. Like if I was part of the center, and had to obey. Like if I obeyed myself as a listening musician, the power of music would probably, enhance other people's lives.
Yeah.
See, you got it. Hey.
That might be a good Imagine Dragons song.
That is a good Imagine Dragons song. Exactly.